seem a strange question, but given what we're talking about, I'm going to ask it anyway. But what is happiness? Like, how do you actually define happiness in terms of what you do?
I'll reassure you first, it's not a strange question. I would actually argue it's one of the most human questions that we have because, oh my Emma, we have been debating the answer to the question, what is happiness, for about
Well,
three and
yeah.
a half thousand years, right? Like we can go back to the ancient Greeks and you have Aristotle and the Stoics going, oh, well, a happy life is a virtuous life. It's living in alignment with your values. It's being contributing to others. It's being helpful and moral, which I think is all fair and good game.
Hmm.
And at the same time, we have this other group called the hedonists at the time arguing, no, a happy life is as minimal pain as possible and as maximum pleasure. Like it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Like that's happy life, that's how we get there. Which, look, maybe there's some elements to be true. Maybe we could disprove some of that. I think for me, so if you're asking me to answer a 3,500-year-old question
Yeah,
with what
please, no pressure.
yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, that's the question I've dedicated a lot of my career to over the last 10 years has been what is happiness? And then how do we get more of it? So I will say to everyone listening, first and foremost, take my answer to this question with as much of a grain of salt as you want and recognize that I'm seen as, through my work, thankfully seen as an expert in happiness, but I'm not an expert on you and your life. I never will be.
Hmm.
And I don't think anyone has the one size fits all answer to what a happy life looks like for 8 billion people. Some common elements, but you do need to put your own little spin on it. For me personally, I've come to believe that I experience happiness most fully when I have a really healthy relationship with who I am and where I am right now in life. So that's learning to be more compassionate and kind to myself. It's learning to have more acceptance and gratitude for the current challenges that I face and the current situations I'm in. And at the same time, whilst I'm having this great relationship with myself in this chapter of life, a big part of happiness for me is also having something meaningful to look forward to. And I
Hmm.
find if I lean too much into either of those, sometimes I call it my inner CEO and my inner monk. My inner monk
Yeah.
is all about being present and mindful and grateful and compassionate. But if he takes the wheel all the time, I'll admit I get a little complacent sometimes, right? And on
Hmm.
the other side, I've got this inner CEO, which is very driven, very focused on impact, very focused on what are the big goals I want to reach? What do I want to achieve? And if he only takes the wheel, then I often find myself getting stuck in like kind of a never enough thing. I'm always chasing the next accomplishment
Yeah.
and never feeling good where I am. So for me, happiness is experienced when I can get those two parts of myself to work together and not be fighting each other.